Brad Bradley, head coach of the Amelia County Raiders, joined me on the Sports Buffet podcast to preview Amelia's state semifinal battle with the Hawks, 1:30 on Saturday at Gretna. What does Brad Bradley think that Amelia needs to do? Talks about the win against Manassas Park and much, much more. It's Brad Bradley, head coach of the Amelia County Raiders, on the Sports Buffet podcast.
One of my favorite times of the week, and one of Brad Bradley's semi-favorite times of the week. I hope it's time to review before we preview with the head coach of the Amelia County Raiders. Coach, obviously, like we said last week, the good thing about us still talking means you're still playing football. What went right last week in the victory over Manassas Park?
Well, I thought our defense played extremely well. I think, led by Sam Haskins, our middle linebacker, kind of been our quarterback of our defense all year long. I thought that we had a great week of practice last week. We went over a lot of the adjustments and things that we wanted to do against Manassas Park. Kid John Bird came in there and averaging a little over 100, 150 yards a game. Came out of the Washington League game with almost 46 carries for almost 300 yards, and we basically held him to 26 carries for 70-some yards. But I was very proud of our football team. On offense, we took advantage of our possessions, got the ball in the end zone, didn't have any turnovers, and, I just thought that we did a really good job. I thought that was probably our best game in the playoffs so far.
Now it's a little bit of a homecoming for you, getting to come back to the area to take on the Gretna Hawks. But knowing you like I know you, I think it's important to you. But I think the real important fact to you is you're playing in the state semifinals, and I don't think you care really if it's Gretna or the School of Hard Knocks. You just want to keep going.
Well, when Coach Saunders called me this summer and to get a game, I wanted to get on it as quick as possible because I feel like that. In order to take our program to the next level, we got to play the best in the state of Virginia, and I don't think that it's still. Gretna last year was runner-up the state championship Division II, and they're still one of the best teams around, and that's why we put them on the schedule to kind of measure our program with the best programs in the state of Virginia, and I'm very happy to be still playing. I think that whenever you're playing in a state semifinal, you don't get the opportunity very often. As a team, as a coaching staff, as a community, as a school, we're excited about it. But we also understand, I know this more than anybody, that you're only as good as your next game. And, our next game is against a very highly talented Gretna Hawk team. So we're excited about it, and we're ready to accept the big challenge.
What have you seen on film that they do better now than when you played them early in the year?
I think both teams are going to be better. I mean, we played third, fourth week of the season there. I know Gretna's playing well right now in the playoffs, and they've done a great job so far this year. And Coach Kevin Saunders does a tremendous job, and I think that he's there. He's got them playing very hard. He's got them playing disciplined football, especially their defense is very good. On offense, they've changed a couple things. The roster kid, the quarterback, makes them a little bit dangerous, a little bit more dangerous than they even were before. The Miller kid, they put him all over the place. They got two extremely talented linemen with Coleman Osborne and Bob Haskins. But I guess they're throwing the ball a little bit better than they were because when they came in that first time, they really weren't throwing the ball a lot. But we already, we knew the roster kids could throw it against us a little bit in the first game. But I think that really they're just kind of sharpening things up on both sides of the ball, offense, defense. Their special teams are playing well. Right now, if you're still in it this time of year, you're playing really well, and Gretna's no exception. They're definitely playing good football at this time of year.
Do you think he's kind of changed the culture a little bit at Gretna? Because it seems like, back when you were here, Gretna would win a lot of games, 55, 48-7, 48-0. But it seems now they don't mind winning a game, too, if it's, 20-13 or a defensive battle. Have you noticed maybe the defense is a little bit different than under Thurman or Cincinnati?
Well, I definitely think that, I think it's Thurman and Cincinnati are both great football coaches, but I think Coach Saunders definitely put his stamp on Gretna football with the defensive side, no doubt. And I think that his teams are playing great defense, and I think that it's a tribute to him, it's a tribute to the program. And I think he would tell you the same thing I would tell you. Anybody would take a 2-0 win as long as you win a football game. But yeah, I definitely think that he's kind of put his stamp on the Gretna program, and got them going in the right direction and got them going in Coach Saunders' direction. You can't take anything away from him and what he's done in his track record, whether it be William Campbell before I was there or J.J. Kelly or down in Kentucky. He's been a winner everywhere he's ever been, and there's no exception right here. They're playing extremely good football, and definitely on the defensive side of the ball, they're playing probably as well or just as well or better than anybody in the state.
Obviously, you want your kids to win this football game on Saturday, but how important, too, is it that they have kind of been enjoying the experience up until this point and, not come in on Saturday to where they're so tight they can't even tie their shoes?
No, I don't think that. I think that our kids understand. I mean, it has been special. It is special, and we want it to continue to be special. But that's one thing I like about this group. They don't get too uptight. They don't get too nervous or big stage or anything like that. They just know it's another game. And our seniors right now, we got a bunch of seniors, and they just want to extend the season each game and each day. We earn each day we have right now. And once you get in the playoffs, you got to earn every day. By winning the game on Friday night, we earned ourselves another 6 days or 8 days at that point in time to play football. And, now we're down to Wednesday. We get Thursday, Friday preparation. We get to go on Saturday. We get to go to a hostile environment at Gretna. I try to tell our kids that we already played in a couple hostile environments this year, especially Deutschland, last game of the season there. But I don't think that they understand that it's probably going to be a little bit more, a little bit more football gear, a little bit more exciting, and a lot more people at Gretna. And I think that our kids are very excited about that. I don't, by any means whatsoever do I feel like that they'll be intimidated by any means whatsoever, and that they'll be ready to play football.
Is it any type of challenge in terms of adjusting the itinerary a little bit with now getting to play on Saturday as opposed to playing on Friday?
Well, we have a little bit of advantage there. We had to move our game against Strasburg to a Saturday. Mm-hmm. We played at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, even though it was a home game. But our kids are used to playing on Saturday, and we've already got our travel arrangements done. We're going to leave here on we eat and leave here on Saturday morning and get on the charter bus. Go down there, and everything will stay pretty much the same. So, our kids realize, and you've been with me before, Bob. You know that I like, staying on the schedule and staying on a strict, routine. And our kids, they've kind of bought into that, and they like doing everything the same every week. We try not to change things as much as possible, but at the end of the day, give the kids the freedom to feel comfortable and to have the best chance the opportunity to play well on Saturday afternoon.
Without being here before, in terms of this group, talk to me a little bit about how you've seen the leadership in terms of the players progress.
I think our seniors have done a tremendous job. I mentioned that at the top of the podcast talking about Sam Haskins, and the reason I do that, I think that a lot of times our quarterbacks and our running backs, receivers, kids that touch the ball a lot, get a lot of credit. But we have an extremely good defense, and it's going to be tested against Gretna on Saturday afternoon. But our kids do a tremendous job of studying their scout reports, studying film, going through, making their checks, so on and so forth. The cerebral part, the mental part of this game that we've definitely seen leadership. I think on the defensive side of the ball, the senior leadership with DeMar Wingo, Jonte Henderson at the D-line position, at my DNs, Jamel Johnson, Damian Barley, Jalen Jones, and linebackers, obviously Sam Haskins, Dante Bournes, Curtis Williams, and then my 2 corners, probably the 2 best corners I've ever coached before, Quentin Height and Trey Garland, and then my safety, Taylor Wood. They've done a tremendous job along with our nose guard there, A.J. Coleman. I just think, I wanted to mention every one of those kids because our defense has not gotten a lot of mention this year, but they've done a tremendous job up to this point, and I definitely think the leadership is there. The great thing about it is our kids are a happy-go-lucky group. They like to have fun. They're not afraid to joke around, this or that. But today was a great example. We have a lot of fun, this and that, but as soon as we turn that film on and start watching film, it gets quiet. We come out, we're a little bit loud, warm up, so on and so forth. But as soon as we get, as soon as we get on that field, get ready to go, we're ready to play, and we understand it's all business. So I definitely think that the leadership has been there, and I think that our kids have done a great job keeping each other together and focused. And I also think our coaches have done a great job with that also.
I'm going to ask a question that I actually think I might know the answer to before I ask it, but who needs to step up the most this week?
I definitely think it's our defense. Even though they've been stepping up all year long, I think our defense needs to step up. They have a couple of extremely dangerous weapons in the roster kid. Definitely, Tony Miller, number 80 that goes to tight end, plays some wide receiver, has been a dangerous threat for them all year long. Number 9 at wide receiver, number 12 at wide receiver. They've had some, they got some definite weapons. Number 30 and number 23, the 2 running backs, have been really good for them all year long. But I definitely think that, and it's a loaded question, I definitely think our defense needs to step up. But I think our offense needs to step up also. Last time we played, we did not play very well on offense. We did not move the ball consistently. We moved it in pockets here and there. But we never really put together what I felt like, a lot of consistent drives. We put a couple of drives together here and there, then we let some 3 and outs. And I feel like we have to be very consistent on the offensive side of the ball. And I think that just like always, I think that if they're playing the special team, and it's we got to be there, and we got to play every single play, and we got to play with 100%, and we got to create something on special teams. I think on Saturday afternoon.
In closing, give me the 3 keys to the game: offense, defense, and special teams that get you guys a W.
I think defensively we just got to play our game. I think we've done a great job all year long of preventing any big plays. Any plays we feel like over 20 yards or more, 15 yards more, we've done a great job of preventing those. I think we got to continue to do that. I think we got to get some heat on the roster kid. I think we have to tackle well. I think we have to limit number 8's touch. I think that if we do those things, we have a good chance to win the football game. On offense, we have to protect the football. We have to stay with our blocks. We have to take advantage of every possession. On the special teams, like I said, we got to find somebody who's got to go and create a play, whether it be on the punt return team, whether it be on the punt team, kickoff return, whatever. We've got to create a big play on the special teams. But I think the biggest thing about the key to this is just go in and play the way you're capable of playing on all 3 phases of the game. And enjoy this experience. It's going to be one hell of an experience, one hell of a crowd, one hell of a football game against 2 even matched football teams, and this is what high school football is all about. You got 2 really good football teams playing in a great atmosphere on a Saturday afternoon. It's supposed to be a beautiful day in Central Virginia, and to me, this is where some of the best football Virginia's played. So we're really excited about it, and we're looking forward to Saturday.
I'll tell you, I think for me picking my first game of the year to attend in person this Saturday, I think I've picked a good one.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to it, and we're even happier to have you there. And like I said again, I just hope that we're talking next week, and that'll make things even sweeter. But we're happy to be here. We're not satisfied, I'm sure, as well as Gretna's not either. But we're ready to get it on Saturday afternoon, and we're looking forward to it. I think it's a great challenge, and I couldn't be more excited. I know our kids and myself, I think on both sides on both camps, Gretna and here, everybody's getting excited and everybody's anticipating a great football game.
Coach, definitely appreciate the time. Best of luck on Saturday, and we'll talk to you afterwards.
Thanks, Bob. I appreciate it. And like I said, once again, thank you for everything this year. And I hope it's not the last time we're talking, but I do want to thank you for everything you do for us and high school football. And I look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Thank you a lot.
Brad Bradley on the Sports Buffet Podcast.